Who's excited about Mortal Kombat X shit? We actually have news, so we're doing a podcast. This is it. This is official. The podcast has begun, just so everyone involved knows. With me? Well, with me is Temp. He works here. Say hi, Temp.
Hi.
Hey, he's here. And some other guy wandered in. Who's this guy? What's your name? What's your name, caller?
This is Stefan.
This is Stefan. You guys don't know him.
No, you don't know me.
No, you don't know him.
I'm from the forums.
He is from the FGC. He knows all about fucking footsies and FADCs.
You can plank. You can.
He's plinking like a motherfucker right now.
Double tap and shit.
No.
I can feel it from here.
Yeah.
Dash cancels. Spacing.
Just frames.
Startup, recovery, active.
Oh, pokes. Did I do it right?
Yeah, you good job.
I mean, I'm reading from
good.
the script you gave me.
Yeah, I'm gonna parry you. Okay. What we have to talk about is I had to look today to see if it was December 25th, because it fucking feels like Christmas. It really does.
Oh, we're over that. Okay.
Yeah, we're okay.
I always do.
Okay, cool.
You can keep chiming in. You don't have to stop.
I'm sorry.
Will you pull yourself together, Stefan? Is it
Stefan?
Steph?
You can call me Steph. We're best friends. Just call me Steph.
Stafe.
Strafe is what it is.
Stephen.
Steve.
I don't know if anybody listening to this has watched that fucking thing. Probably not, because you guys don't care about MKX. I know my audience. No one's listening about MKX. One thing. Yep. I watched it. You guys I'm going to tell you what happened, and you're going to take my word for it, all right? Tyler Lansdowne did not read anything during that video. Everything he said was spontaneous. It was purely conjured from his soul.
Spontaneity was clearly all over his eyes.
Whenever he wasn't looking in that lens, and you could just tell he was right there with us.
The left to right movement was definitely spontaneous.
There was no text in the room. They had a slate. It said nothing. There's nothing on the slate. It was all extemporaneous. Tim, did you see this video?
I'm still stuck on purely conjured. I'm trying to figure that part out. But yeah, I saw the video. It was a good video. I'm extraordinarily happy about that video.
Well, it wasn't impurely conjured.
Hey, did you know somebody called you Tamp in the Facebook group, Temp?
That's not the worst thing I've been called. I was called Tampon by, what was his? It was one of the Ermac-esque usernames. Oh my god, I can't remember his username.
Ermasco or something?
Ermacro, maybe?
Emasculate?
There was an in there.
Ermasco is one I remember, I think.
Yeah, Tamp wouldn't surprise me at all. That's probably him.
They said it was a typo, but I think it was... Well, I don't want to mention any names because then I don't want to accidentally get it wrong. They apologized. Well, I don't know if they apologized. They just said it was a typo. But
hey, it's cool. It's cool.
All right, let's all just calm down, okay? Let's just calm down.
I'm calm.
Let's live and let live.
Well, I should probably be excited because I did get criticized for that in my reaction video to the gameplay trailer. I got criticized for not being excited enough.
You got to excite harder.
No, come on, let's break it down. Come on, let's go.
Think about something.
What's next?
That you do like.
I'm pumped.
And then talk about it without saying any specific nouns. And you're good to go.
Harry.
Well done. Very good. I said that a minute ago, but that's fine. You can have it.
That's an adjective.
Temp.
Yes.
Tamp.
Yeah. Go on, I'm listening. I'm all ears.
This is where I throw it to you, and you actually talk about things. You fill in the content here.
No, I got this. We're going to roll back Netcode. Let's talk about all the great motherfucking games that use rollback Netcode.
Rollback. Peace out.
Those are all words, yes. But it's good.
I do good.
You did well. I'm so proud.
All of those words are appropriate.
Sorry, the script cuts off on page 2 and just repeats.
Just loops.
I don't know what else to say.
It's a good thing though. Skullgirl's great netcode. Uses rollback netcode GGPO. Vampire Savior, the Iron Galaxy port, great netcode. Killer Instinct has their own form of rollback. Street Fighter V, which I played the demo for, had fantastic netcode. Also a variation of rollback. I'm told Street Fighter V Tekken, after they patched it, had fantastic netcode, also rollback. So we know this is a good sign.
There's one more, though. There's one more.
Go on.
One more? Actually, there's two more. Don't neglect Iron Galaxy's port of Third Strike.
True. Yep, true.
Feels good, man. And also that robot fighting game.
Oh.
Seth Killian's.
Like Ultra Fall or some shit. Like I don't know.
There's thunder in the name somewhere.
Did Bloody Roar use
Down Under Thunder? Rolling with the Thunder. That's what it was. It has good netcode, I hear. Anyway, MKX last at the party. Clearly.
MKX.
That's okay. Hey, that's cool.
I heard MKX is getting blast processing.
Going back to 1992. Fuck yeah.
A lot of people would be happy with that, right?
Dude, they made their fucking bread and butter off glass processing with that Genesis port. That's where it all started. It's going back to their roots.
So talk about what kind of netcode do they use now?
Talk about weird.
Talk about crazy. Talk about sexy.
They use
House of Klein.
The word that keeps getting thrown around is archaic netcode. They say it's a delayed netcode, or basically, if you have a really good connection, the other person has a really good connection, it just synchronizes that way. With rollback netcode, it queues your inputs, from what I understand. I could be wrong about that, but
we're not scientists here, okay? We're not scientists. But what Mr. Lansdowne did read in the video was that, with delay, it has to, like Tim said, it has to wait for your two inputs, and then it draws to the screen what's going on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Sorry, I'll put the pickles away.
Get the fuck out. This isn't fucking Deadly Deception anymore. Let's not...
Is that a game?
Yeah, it was really good. You should have played it. Netcode was shit, though.
Is that like a hybrid of Deadly Alliance and Deception?
No, it's made by Capcom. It really is... It's so good. I'm so happy. You can't tell it, but I'm happy.
Who wouldn't be happy about this news? Would you say a fucking idiot?
Actually, yeah, I'm going to roll with that, because there's a lot of people who are still not happy about this shit. There's a lot of people who are naysaying the fuck out of this news. I'm just like, what is wrong with everybody?
I saw none of this negativity. Who said this, and where do they live?
That's on they live on event hubs.
What do you mean, naysayers? Naysay what? That it doesn't exist? That it won't be good still? Or
well, let me be clear. I'm not talking about the skeptics. I'm not talking about the people who are like, I'll believe it when I see it, because that's absolutely fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm talking about the people who are like, they should have done this a long time ago. They should have done this back in May. They should have... I don't know what attitude... I don't know who that helps, because I'm just thinking in my mind, I get to play online MK with hella good netcode. Yeah, I mean, maybe it should have been here earlier, but I kind of have a prodigal son attitude towards it.
That's a fucking whiny bitch's opinion right there, okay?
It's the opinion of someone who wasn't going to play the game anyway, even if it did have good netcode. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you be excited for this? Why wouldn't you want to play good netcode on MKX? That's what
the thing that everyone needs to keep in mind is this is really difficult to implement the way that they're doing it. This is ridiculous. It's like they're basically pulling out like 6 of the bottom blocks from a Jenga tower to do this. This is they're replacing a netcode like mid-game like this and trying to implement a new one. It's fantastic, but I never would have guessed that it would happen mid-game. Like, at best, I was like, well, maybe for Injustice 2. But the fact they're doing it now, it actually is really impressive. It makes me like NRS a little bit more. A little bit more respect for those guys.
I'm happy they're doing it now, because then there won't be any second guessing with Injustice if that's their next game, because
right. And
going into this game, we were all like, man, I sure hope the netcode is much better than MK9 and all that, but nobody knew for sure. They just went on there because Ed Boon or whoever said, oh, it will be, but then obviously it wasn't. So Now it's at least, if they implement it here, they sure as hell wouldn't use an old, outdated system for Injustice if they do that. They're going to update it even if they haven't yet. They're going to do it now.
If I had to imagine, like, it seems like probably what's going on is they have started developing Injustice, and so they're, like, developing these netcodes at the same time. It's just one netcode, but they're like, well, we're making it for Injustice, and we can try to do like a Street Fighter V type thing where we're bringing people in with the beta. The beta is a really smart move, too. That's going to get people playing, people involved right now whenever Street Fighter V is about to come out.
Yeah, it's like two nachos stuck together as one nacho, is what you're saying, in the sense that there's not two separate nachos, as in... You know?
No, if the cheese melts on two nachos, that is one nacho.
No, it is one nacho.
No, absolutely.
I mean, so you have Injustice netcode and MKX's netcode. It's one nacho. They're not going to do two separate things, which is good, because you're right. They're probably working on Injustice. They probably figured out, hey, we know how to do this netcode now, so why not just, patch it into MKX?
And that's probably why they haven't announced that release date for Combat Pack 2. Because what would be the worst thing is for them to put out Combat Pack 2 and they get the influx that they'll get, inevitably, with the new characters, the new stages and shit. But if those people come back and they come back to the netcode and they're all the casuals are reminded, like, oh my god, this game feels like shit, the game's done. So it seems like they probably want to wait until the netcode is at least somewhat integrated before they put out Combat Pack 2, which I think is a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Cyborg. I think they were, because they knew the netcode was so shit. With Injustice, we're like, let's go straight to rollback. We're not even going to fuck around with this fucking delay netcode. And when they were developing it, they're like, would this work backwards? Could we try to put this in MKX? So they started messing with it, and they're like, this is possibly a go, and they greenlighted it. That's my guess.
Which is why it probably took so long. Because it's, with MKX, they're probably just like, well, shit, that what's done is done. I guess, it didn't turn out to be great. They're obviously going to be well into Injustice or whatever next game they do. They're probably well into at this point if they announce it, towards E3 like they have done. If they stick to that pattern, fucking idiot, such stupid. Oh my gosh, no, they probably no, they probably were though. They were probably developing it, and yeah, you're right. They probably just retrofit it and hope it works, and that's why they're doing the beta, to make sure it will work.
Before the show, I was mentioning that Injustice is still this big mystery to me, because if they are developing it right now, I don't know who the fuck's working on it with all the rigorous patching, with a combat pack, with these stages in the netcode. Like, is it just?
Do you have any idea how fat the budget that Warner Brothers is giving NRS right now? There's for Warner Brothers, they got NRS and they got Rocksteady, and they're like, you guys are making us all this money. Like, here, hire some people, do whatever you need. We know that NRS has, like, a dedicated group to mobile games.
Right.
Fucking making WWE shit. Like, they have people that are, working on this shit. It's fine. It's a big studio now.
So to be clear, is it Borite Show fat, or is it Leatherface fat, or is it classic costume Fulgore fat? I need to...
It's definitely Fulgore.
Dude, he's fat as fuck,
I'd like to throw an X Factor into this grouping.
Yes.
Okay.
What about Mega Man 1 box art fat?
Dude, that was fucked up fat. That was fat that should never have happened. Like, that wasn't even nice.
But yeah, they were probably working... I mean, they were working on MKX while they were still working on Injustice, so I think they just have... They have a turnaround to it, so...
And I mean, they can't, like, stop working. There's people there that... Like, they come into work. They work. Like,
right.
That's what,
when their part's done with the current game, they're working on the next game, so...
Right.
I just don't know who. Like, is it just 16-bit in a room with, like, fucking Legos and shit? I don't know what manpower they have to work on it.
Well, they got, 80 fucking people these days.
They do. Well, they got at least that. And, what'll happen is, like, okay, the artists have finished these assets already, clearly. The artists finished...
That's true.
Probably pretty early. So then the artists, after that's done, they give the fucking assets off to the programming, the technical guys, and then they move on to, okay, I'll start making, all the Robins that are going to be in Injustice for Django out there. We know he wants them.
No, it's gonna be Tribin.
Listen, I told you, dude, I would play the shit out of Tribin. I'd rather have Tribin than Little Kid Damien. Little Kid Damien would make me shitty.
They're gonna have Dick, Tom, or Harry. I mean, it's not like
there's no Harry. Who the hell is Harry?
There's no Tom either, and you're not
Harry
raising
Potter?
an objection on that one.
What if it's like 3 variations of Nightwing and it's like Tridick? Maybe I don't know.
I just hope his like symbol.
How do you
and
not main that
is
character?
Like a trident, but dicks.
No, that would be day one main, no doubt.
And I feel like if anyone was going to do that, it would be fucking Aquaman. That's his trade.
I'm excited for the guessing game of the roster, because unlike MKX, I have a general idea of who's going to be in the game. That was not true with MKX. It was like every reveal was just kind of like me scratching my head. Injustice won't be like that. We generally know who's coming back.
That's the one thing I don't really like about Injustice, though. Like, I love Injustice, but one thing that I think is almost a super safe bet is, like, you're not going to get any new content. You're not going to have any new characters.
You're going to have 90% of the same roster for sure.
They're not going to, like, make up a brand new Robin, you know? I don't think they would. They're not going to, like, you know what I mean? Like,
they're going to put a Robin in the game, I think. So
yeah,
that's still a big step up.
I'd say it will...
no, but like they can make new characters
in there.
They can make new characters for the Mortal Kombat games, but I don't really see them inventing brand new characters.
Right. No, I'm just saying they'll have 5 characters at least that weren't in Injustice 1 and Injustice 2. There's still, you're talking about like a pool of well over 100 characters to choose from. There's still the Dr. Fates out there.
Jason's going to be there.
You know, I might pull for him. Spawn is very likely, I would say.
I think for a guest
not that Jason Todd.
Well, I mean, you know, there's one Jason in my heart. But no, Red Hood. I thought you
meant Voorhees.
Like someone like
Red Hood.
Someone like Red Hood has a great chance, especially after Arkham Knight. It's relevant. It's recent.
And he was on those polls for Injustice.
Yeah, he was high up there. There's a few that could easily. There's other Green Lanterns they could do. There's all the different types.
Ra's al Ghul. If they put Ra's al Ghul in the game, that'd be sick.
Dude, there's so many options. Killer Croc. There's Clayface. I thought would have been a really cool one. Like Clayface, his moves would look really cool.
Deadpool would be sick.
Poison Ivy would be neat. Obviously we're speaking if they throw in characters that clearly aren't going to be good in combat, but still, I think there's so much potential. Like I said, there's the Dr. Fates. You could throw in Zatanna and Martian Manhunter off the bat this time.
Well, here's a question: Who's not going to make it back? I think Killer Frost is probably a safe bet. We can do that.
I should pull it up because I'm kind of.
Yeah, I don't see Hades coming back either. Whatever his name was.
Oh, Ares. Yeah,
Ares,
no, he's not coming back. They'll probably.
That was a random pull, man. That was.
Was he even in the story? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he was in the story.
Yeah, he was in Aquaman's storyline, I think.
Okay.
He was in Wonder Woman's.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, no, I mean
and Superman like kicked his fucking ass, as Superman is wont to do.
Okay, I'm trying to get the select screen for Injustice. I think Static Shock has a very strong chance of coming back.
Speedy would be fun.
What do you mean coming back?
He was in the mobile version, but I think he's be
I don't remember him being.
Oh yeah, Blue Beetle too.
Yeah, Blue Beetle would be fucking sick, dude.
Blue Beetle, wasn't that one you were looking forward to, Tim?
Yes, and I thought because of all the teases, he was actually going to be in the game because Ed fucking teased the shit out of him.
Right. I'd say.
Yeah,
Sub-Zero as the Mortal Kombat guy.
Yes, I was going to say that, absolutely.
So Scorpion won't be back.
I think Catwoman will be back because of her 16-bit and Tournament Legacy.
Catwoman will definitely be back. She's really popular.
I don't think Killer Frost will be back.
No, she won't. No. See, the obscure characters are the ones that are easily expendable. The Killer Frost, the Ares, Raven...
No, Raven's coming back, dude. There's no way Raven's not making it back.
You really think so?
Absolutely. Raven is like the ultimate like Hot Topic favorite character. Like she is huge.
Huh. I didn't follow like Injustice tournament scene at all, but
and she wasn't using the tournament. She did get screen time though. Glass Sword used Raven. And
then why would she be a lock?
I think she's a fan favorite, dude. Like she's up there with the Justice League characters in my opinion.
She's up there, but I wouldn't. She's not nearly on the level of like the Superman, Batman, Flash.
But there's only like 6 characters on that level, in my opinion. So I still think Raven's a lock.
Bane, I'd say Bane isn't a lock.
I think Darkseid will be in it.
Sinestro could easily be expendable. Black Adam is expendable.
If Darkseid's not on the roster, that's going to be dumb.
Grundy and Doomsday are expendable.
I think Doomsday will probably come back, but you're right about Grundy. Hawkgirl, I think, is not expendable, but she's on that line. I think Hawkgirl.
She's on the line.
Oh, God, I hated her in Injustice. Jesus Christ.
She was fun. I thought she was one of the most interesting, well-designed characters in the game, in my opinion.
At first, my Jackie was Deathstroke. But as the game wore on, my fucking Jackie became Hawkgirl. God damn it.
Yeah, dude, Hawkgirl was awesome.
Well, if I had to answer the question on who's not coming back, or like I said, who doesn't have a good chance, I would say Scorpion likely won't be coming back. I doubt they would do the same one over again. I would also say, like you said, Killer Frost and Ares are as good as gone.
Yeah, they're fucked. Well, Killer Frost is gone. Ares, I think, has a better chance than her because he is like one of the biggest Wonder Woman villains, other than like Cheetah.
I would honestly throw in like Cheetah or something. Honestly,
I like Ares a little better. I'm not a big Cheetah fan, but I don't know Wonder Woman lore.
It's not good lore.
Well, Cheetah is her arch nemesis. That's her main villain. So, I would like to see a Flash villain in there.
Ooh.
Well, everyone thought Captain Cold was in the game because of the ice.
Gorilla Grodd would be good.
Yeah,
Mr. Freeze.
Fan base.
Mr. Freeze needs to be in the fucking game.
I wouldn't mind Mr. Freeze. My biggest fucking thing is Batman villains, so there's a lot that I would probably be happy with. So.
You guys think? I think they will. I think there'll still be like a pretty heavy reliance on the Batman characters.
Well, yeah, it's just like Marvel vs. Capcom. You got a lot of Avengers and you got a lot of X-Men characters. That's kind of... You're always going to have that heavy weight because Batman's characters and Superman's characters are by far the most well-known and popular.
I really don't know if Nightwing is
You're not going to get a whole lot of
Aquaman
or Flash villains or Wonder Woman villains in there.
If Robin's in, then Nightwing, you're right. Nightwing is not a lock. I think he's a very strong choice. He'll probably still make it in, but he's not a lock if Robin's is in the mix.
Have different outfits though.
That's true.
That's the thing. Like I bugged the shit out of Ed Boon for a Robin skin for Nightwing and Injustice. Obviously, that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like Dick will probably sit it out. I really think Jason is a lock. I think Red Hood's going to be.
Yeah, I think you could get Jason Todd Robin and then have his secondary. But then again, he's got to have his guns and stuff, so I don't know how well that would work.
You can't really have a Robin with guns.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor is on the chopping block. I don't think he'll be back.
Yeah, he's on the line. I think Lobo is on the line, I would say, because I feel like he had his spot. He's just not a character that's big enough or relevant enough to... He's a good fan favorite character. He's somebody like a Rain that you throw in there, but I don't know if he's going to make it in there.
Well, unfortunately, he was kind of dead on arrival because he was a little too hard to use. He wasn't bad, but... Well, at least after the patch, he wasn't bad, but unfortunately, no one really got the hang of Lobo in the tournament scene.
But yeah, I'd say Lobo, Grundy, Lex, Ares, Killer Frost, Bane. Bane could easily be switched out for like a Killer Croc or Clayface, and you're going to have the same big brute powerhouse, but they'll have different possibilities.
With Suicide Squad, Croc is possible. Very possible.
And then Black Adam and Sinestro, I think, are potentially replaceable. A little less so on Black Adam, but Sinestro, even though he is Green Lantern's, most famous villain and all that stuff, he's got his own big fan base. Green Lantern has so many characters to him that there's a lot
Zod.
of stuff.
I hope Zod comes back.
No, fuck Zod. Don't bring Zod
I want
back.
Zod. I want him.
No,
I forgot about Zod. I'm looking at that.
I want the Super Soaker again.
He's Doomsday now. We don't need Zod. We got Doomsday. He was also Zod.
Zod's not coming back.
Fuck that lore.
I actually disagree on Sinestro and Black Adam. I personally think they are both locks. And also both had a very, very strong tournament legacy. Like, Sinestro is debatably top 3 in the game.
I don't think that's an argument after MKX though. This game had no Cabals or Cyraxes. Until now, but still it's a little
broken. That's because they were irreparably broken in that game.
Yeah,
still though.
That's why I'd put Sinestro and Black Adam on the line. I wouldn't necessarily say they're as good as gone. They're not the Ares, Killer Frost, Zod. Zod, I would say is gone. There's a lot of Superman villains. Like someone like Bizarro, I could easily see.
I think Catgirl has a good chance. She's on the line, but I think she has a good chance.
Who?
Batgirl, you mean?
Batgirl. I meant
Catgirl.
Batgirl.
Oh, Barb.
Barb.
That's cool, but I really want her in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I want the Oracle as well.
Have her as Oracle.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man.
She'd be a cool background character, but yeah, as a fighter, that would be.
That's her trait. Like you push the trait button, and she throws off a blanket that's over her lap, and she has cyborg legs, and she just gets up and kicks your ass.
I thought her trait was going to be Zatanna back because I never got to play her in Injustice because I never bought that DLC for her or Martian Manhunter, and I'm a big Zatanna fan, so I love magic users like that. Hence Dr. Fate and all that. But
Zatanna has a very good chance, in my opinion. She was the number one voted character, I think. 1 or 2.
Yeah, which makes sense. She's pretty popular. She's pretty cool.
There's also,
she hurt my butt.
Martian Manhunter is going to be... He's either going to be a lock this time and they've learned their lesson, or he's going to have that Fujin factor where everyone's like, he's got to be this time. It'd be ridiculous. And then they're just going to shit on everyone's faces.
It'd be hilarious if he's not in the game again and we just completely repeat history of everyone freaking out. No, he's got to be in the game.
That's Fujin, though. I mean, that's kind of... It's Fujin and Rain to an extent.
Except Martian Manhunter made it in the game.
Yeah, that's true. He's got more of a Rain factor in that regard.
There ain't going to be no Fujin.
Cyborg.
So I was thinking about DC. Seems like they like to push Cyborg right now.
Yeah, they're pushing him hard, and he's got the movie coming up in a few years from now. I mean, it's still 3 years out, but they're gonna. DC definitely has a lot of influence on roster picks when it comes to this stuff, so they're gonna push hard for any characters that are gonna be big in the theaters, of course. That's why I don't think Zod necessarily will be in this one, because I think he was more for the Man of Steel part. I don't think. And obviously he's a big Superman villain, but I don't think he's necessary for this one. He's kind of had his role in the movies. That's why Doomsday has a good...
Young Justice? Not Young Justice. Yeah, Young Justice.
What's that?
Did you guys watch the show Young Justice? I bought the
DVDs, but I never watched them.
I really wish that kid who... He wasn't Aqualad, but he was kind of Aqualad. I wish he was in the game.
Tempest?
That dude was sick. No, I don't remember his name. They might have actually called him Aqualad, but I think they made him he was an original character for the game.
Interesting.
I mean the TV show.
Yeah.
But he was fucking awesome, and he had really cool electric eel type whips on his arms.
I just had a bad revelation.
They were rad.
Let's hope we don't have the Injustice version of MKX where we have all the descendants. You have Damian Wayne, Aqualad.
Well, that would just be Teen Titans, though. That's already set up for it.
Well, that's what I was saying. When it comes to Raven, I could easily see her being replaced by a Beast Boy or something, somebody different to kind of give, or a Star Sapphire to give,
the Raven
or a Starfire. I mean,
they're rabid, dude. I think Starfire is a great chance, but Raven you can't fuck with Raven fans, dude. They are rabid. They're intense people. People were saying this for Injustice 1, and I said, no, she's a lock, guys, I promise you.
If you were going to get a Robin in Injustice, which one would it be? I would have to guess that it would be Damian.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against that. I like Damian.
I'd say Tim or Damian are the most likely. Jason would definitely be Red Hood if he was in the game.
Tim is my boy. He's my favorite, but I feel like he's probably the least popular one right now. I think Damian is more popular than him, and I know Jason and Dick Grayson are both more popular than him. Fucking, what's her name? Chick from Dark Knight Returns.
Talia al Ghul.
No, not her. The Robin.
The
Carrie Kelly.
Talking about the comic.
Yeah.
Not Dark Knight Rises.
Not Rises.
It's Carrie Kelly.
Carrie Kelly. I fucking hate that. I don't want her in the game.
No,
she could happen.
She won't be in the game, I don't think.
I feel like Black Canary is guarantee at this point.
I mean, she's possible, yeah.
There's rumors that Carrie Kelly is going to be in the Batman vs. Superman movie.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. Mm-hmm. I could see they're taking a lot of inspiration from the comics, so maybe. Mm-hmm. A big thing is, man, I hope they have a slightly bigger roster. The 24 characters was too little, I feel like. Maybe now that they've had the time with the characters, they got the system in place, now hopefully they'll jump to at least 26. I feel like I would be happy with at least 26. 24, man, that's very little space for expansion there. But if we did take, say, Ares and Killer Frost and a couple others out, the big question would be who would they be replaced by? Bane is easily going to be a different Batman villain, I feel like. He'll be, like I said, a Killer Croc or a Clayface easily.
Joker will be in there.
Joker will still be in it.
Yeah.
Harley's definitely going to be in it. Catwoman will definitely be in it. I feel
I
like
wish that Ra's al Ghul would be in it.
Catwoman, Harley, Joker, and Batman are kind of like they're going to be the untouchables. I feel like.
I know you're right. I know Joker's a guarantee, but I've never wanted Joker in a fighting game. That's my opinion. But Harley especially. Harley is a fucking lock. Those titties aren't
like I said,
anywhere.
Harley, Catwoman, Joker. That's your holy trio of Batman villains, kind of to that extent.
Joker's just not. I don't think everything cool about Joker translates into a fighting game.
I agree with you. I don't really enjoy playing Joker either, and he's my favorite Batman villain. I didn't really care for playing him in DC versus MK or whatever, and I didn't really care for playing him in
that
Justice
game. Either. That game really sucked.
It was okay, but yeah, it's nothing compared to these.
I never.
Some of the animations in that game was like, what was going on? Oh, you guys were getting shut down. Okay, it all makes sense now.
Green Arrow will be back.
There's Speedy, man.
There's some really good options though that could come into play that are still pretty popular characters. You have like Red Tornado. I would love Red Tornado.
Red Tornado's cool.
So many cool options. He could be like a Fujin where he's all about wind. He can turn himself into a tornado. He's an android, so it's just a really different type of...
And there's Shazam, too.
What about him?
I don't know if he would make it back into the game.
No, he's got a movie coming out. Why would he not be back in the game?
Yeah, you got the movie with The Rock. I feel like they're going to throw him in there still. And that's probably a good reason why Black Adam would still be in there, now that I think about it.
He fucking better be back. He's my main. Like, that's my character. He's got to come back.
I love Shazam. I hope he's in the game.
It kind of sounds like
Captain Marvel and Black Adam will probably be in for that reason. Plus, Captain Marvel, I don't think, has very many other big baddies that come to mind. Popular enough, I should say.
Why do you hate Shazam, Django?
I don't hate Shazam. Shut the fuck up.
It kind of sounds
Shazam,
like it did.
I'd say
I was gonna main Shazam whenever the game was about to come out, but then I played him and I was like, oh, he's a grappling character. Damn it.
But then you've got Supergirl, which I don't think you necessarily need.
Please don't.
She's got a TV show, so there's a lot of reason to go with that. I'm just saying that would make all the sense in the world.
I do worry about Hot Girl, though. I think Hot Girl is a strong worry.
You've got Mara. You've got Katana. Katana would be really cool.
I don't know a DC Katana.
She wields a katana, but she's like a Japanese. She's gonna be in Suicide Squad, which once again another tie-in that is.
Oh, okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's like the badass chick with kind of like the half mask that covers her eyes and her head. It's like white. Like I said, she's Japanese and she wields a katana blade.
Going to take a small moment here to welcome our buddy Shadowloo to the Warrior Shrine.
Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, motherfuckers? I'm drunk, emotional, and I've been listening to Iggy Pop. It's a bad combination.
Okay. We're talking about
guys doing tonight?
So.
Just a heads up, we are recording, but you're welcome to stay as long as you wish, sir.
Oh, I don't know, and I don't give a fuck about our listeners. I love you all.
What the fuck is happening?
I know you're looking forward to our shit tonight. Oh, yeah.
This is a rare treat.
What the hell is happening? Black Canary would be another one.
You're not ready for the shit. Suicide Squad? That shit sucks my balls. Snoop Doggy Dog. What's happening, people?
How you doing, John?
I'm pretty fucked up, as you all
sound toasty. You sound rather toasty.
I am rather toasty. I'm toasty, I'm frosty, I'm crispy. No, y'all talk about Suicide Squad?
Oh, no, we're just talking about Injustice characters we want to see in the next...
Oh, Injustice.
Black Canary, Blue Beetle, like you said, Elongated or Plastic Man, Booster Gold.
Elongated or Plastic Man.
Firestorm is another popular one.
Dude, if you have Blue Beetle, you kind of have to have Booster Gold, in my opinion, right?
Yeah. Like you said, that's why I said when
you can't
we were
really
talking
do
about whether they rotate the roster very much, you kind of have to. There's so many characters that have quite the popularity. Like I said, Red Tornado, Dr. Fate, Captain Atom, Animal Man.
Granny Goodness is a lock.
Granny Goodness.
I
just realized how little I care about any of these people. My God.
I thought you were a fan. I thought you loved DC.
Nah, I was, but you know what? You know the thing is, they just don't have that staying power in the way that a lot of Marvel's characters tend to have. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind.
You know, when you're right, you're right.
Goodness and shit, but And goodness.
Okay.
Goodness, say that
Let's
name
not-
a couple times. Granny
Let's not use Granny Goodness as like indicative of anything DC. Okay.
I mean,
You're right. They just don't have very many. I mean, Granny Goodness. Does anybody really?
even like fucking Red Tornado. What the hell's your deal? You're the Vision and you spin in a circle really fast.
Whoa!
sounds
So you're
great.
basically, I'm sorry, it's a robot who's also the Flash. I don't know.
I don't like this
Just-
attitude.
I like it. I like this shadow.
Aaron.
All those things sound great. I love
Red
I like
Tornado's
that.
great though.
I don't see what's so great about him.
Well,
Never have.
you can't really say, man, Fujin sounds great, and not think Red Tornado would be great as well.
Yeah, but Fujin's kind of like got that godhead thing going on, you know?
We kind of got Raiden for that though.
We
Fujin
do
has better hair though,
win.
It's the Godhead.
and he shows more skin. Fujin's so hot.
He looks good.
He's so hot right now. No, seriously, I've never given a shit about Red Tornado. I don't know what the hell it is. It just seems so hackneyed. It's a robot with wind powers. You deserve to be a fucking Mega Man sub-boss or some shit.
I am picturing a fan. Does she
You're
have a
not
fan?
wrong.
Is there like a
DC's
metal fan?
DC's like got the characters. It really does have them where it counts, but they're forever fucking relegated to like B or C status. You know, I think that Superman has a great fucking array of supervillains that always get put down just because they're being compared to Batman's Rogues Gallery, which are, you know, la creme de la creme.
The fuck?
I'm just saying.
No, I agree with you. I said it earlier before you came on that it's pretty much Batman and Superman's rogue galleries that top the list.
But even Superman's Rogue Galleries get shit. Who the hell does the general public care about, apart from like Brainiac, Lex Luthor, and maybe Doomsday and Toyman? Maybe.
Well, I mean, you got Bizarro. Bizarro's pretty popular.
Bizarro's pretty nice. You know who gets
People like Zod. People like Zod.
Conduit was a good fucking character. I don't know if you guys remember this dude.
Mm-mm. Don't know who Conduit is.
Conduit was a dude who, late 90s, became pretty interesting for the fact that he figured out that, like, Clark Kent was Superman. Luthor has not done to this point. At least, like, not in the old continuity. He was the dude. He was like, Clark Kent is
man.
Superman. How do I wreck his shit? Leaving, like, voodoo dolls of Clark Kent and, like, glasses and, like, a Superman emblem on his chest and stuff. Conduit was pretty interesting, and he had a pretty badass design, too, I think. Maybe it's a little bit dated. I haven't looked at it in a while and considered it in the current context of things, but I thought that Conduit was pretty cool.
Did this story arc end with Superman like just shoving his head up his ass? Like,
Probably.
how are you going to threaten Superman, really?
I think he actually died. I'm pretty sure Conduit wound up dead by the end of this because you can't.
Yeah,
like,
Superman can make people go away if he really wants to. It's not. It's
if
no
he
trouble.
wanted to.
Listen, you just go be in the sun now, okay? Bye.
Pretty well. Like, Toyman gets shit, but Toyman's got some pretty lethal things going on if you really think about it. The
I want
ability
Deadpool for
to action
Injustice.
figure out of absolutely anything, you can do a lot of shit with that.
Deadpool and Deathstroke.
Pretty well. Pretty well.
This should be a segment. Shadowloo should have his own segment where he does this.
I would actually need to get like fucking 5 cups of wine in me first. 'Cause this is me when I'm actually really well and gone. Truly.
You can put whatever you want inside you beforehand. It's fine.
Oh, is that an option, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward silence of being me.
No, 5 glasses of wine is very doable. I think that could be easily arranged.
What kind of wine? What are we talking about? Is this red?
This is always red. I don't do none of that white shit.
Ooh.
Racist.
Nothing leaves me more hungover than red wine. It's nuts.
It is the absolute nastiest when you have to get up and get shit done the next day.
Ugh.
No, like right after I get off the mic with you guys, I'm going right to my kitchen sink and I'm pouring myself like 5 straight consecutive glasses of red wine. I mean, water.
That is the
Yeah.
opposite. Yeah, I was about to say.
That's not what you need to do.
Wishful thinking, I know, right?
You need the H2O after that.
Fucking bad.
Really
I think
do.
2 of the worst hangovers I ever had were just a bottle of wine mixed with liquor. No, I didn't mix them together. I had a bottle of wine, then I drank liquor, and then the next morning, just there's no description for it. It just feels so bad.
Wine before liquor.
Never been sicker. Liquor before wine, you're doing fine.
That is the saying.
It's a saying. It's also an absolute lie. I can attest to that fact.
Yeah,
See-
it's just a fucking shit.
It really is. You mix drinks, You mix drinks and you don't give a shit about mixing drinks, you're fucked, okay? You're just fucked. I've got the anecdotes, I've got the stories. Have you ever woken up in a McDonald's the next morning and not remembered how the fuck you got there? Because I've been there, I can tell you that shit.
I haven't done that, but why McDonald's?
He doesn't know. He doesn't remember.
I don't remember any more than you do.
That's a good question. See? We got it. I like this. This needs to be a segment.
Son of a bitch.
I'm gonna make a video asking for it.
So what have I missed here tonight apart from Suicide Squad? What else are you guys talking about?
Well, the new netcode, man. They're gonna revamp MKX's netcode from the top to bottom.
I saw that. I am surprisingly enthused about this idea. Just when I really thought they'd actually kind of forsaken me, they kind of come back and do things like this.
Well, that's what makes it so great, because they didn't have... It's in their best interest not to do it. They should take the money and run it. They were smart business people, but they're not. That's why... I'm
telling you guys, working in the industry, like, refresher for you listeners, I've been working in the games biz for nearly a decade now. This shit costs money. There is absolutely no reason for them to do this apart from fan service and goodwill and good press. And that is why they're doing this. You know?
I think that's definitely why they're doing it, especially with the beta, getting people involved. They're telling people to stream, telling people to talk about it. They want people to see this. They want to keep people playing MKX whenever Street Fighter comes out. And it's a good strat.
That's exactly it. It's about Street Fighter V coming out. It's about Capcom being really open with these current betas that they've had going on recently, listening to the fighting game players, quote me, fighting game players' input and figuring out what they want, the best way to get it to them.
We want to play online.
We'd actually like to have an online fighting system that functions.
Can we play your game?
So they're not going to be caught with their pants around their ankles. And for that.
Presumably from now on, they'll have good netcode. It's great all around for everything.
I am if I get the time, and I'm hoping I can actually sign up for this shit. Looking good.
Yeah, this Tuesday, sign up. All you need is an hour of online gameplay per your stats, and you're good to go.
And hopefully you play one of the 4 characters.
Oh, I play the shit out of one of the 4 characters, dude. That's my main.
Is Jackie really the 4th? Cyborg told me. I'm sorry, Stafe told me that one of the 4 characters is Jackie.
I just heard Sub-Zero and stopped listening.
It's Scorpion, Sub, Jackie, and Johnny. That's it.
Why the fuck is it fucking Jackie?
Oh.
Well, it's good to have a zoner in there, to be honest with you, because
that's what they want to do. I figured it out. Nothing gets past me. Everyone knows that you can fucking get around Jackie's stupid ass gun if you have a decent connection. And now they're gonna prove it right out the gate. They're like, listen, it's fine, good netcode. No one's gonna be able to fucking deathstroke you anymore. It's gonna be fine, guys.
In different words, I literally just told you that.
Well, we got there together but separately, okay? Sorry.
Yeah,
took
teamwork.
the scenic route.
I agree, teamwork.
GG's.
GGS.
Was there anything else on the docket for netcode? Besides best news ever for this game. As soon as this game was announced, I was like, cool, Mortal Kombat's coming. I already knew that. What is up with the netcode? No one said shit. And then whenever it came out, they're using the same Unreal 3 point whatever they were using, the heavily modified thing. I was like, God damn it, because this process really is like pulling blocks out of the bottom of a Jenga tower. Like, it's so hard to go backwards and do this. So I'm surprised. I am ecstatic. I wanted this to be the Combat Pack 2. I wanted Combat 2's all 4 characters to be netcode. And sure enough, hidden character, Combat Pack 2, netcode. It's my new main.
Did you guys get to talk about Combat Pack 2? Because I don't know if I actually had a chance to voice my opinions non-cynically.
Well, this is the perfect platform for it.
Well then, why the fuck not? Alright, you know what?
Yes?
I act like I'm full of hate. I am. I really am.
You're full of hate?
Just fuck this shit. No. For
and
real.
Wine.
I mean, I was hoping for a lot more restraint when it came to Bo Cho, and now he's puking across the screen. But by the same token, a dirty, filthy part of me really wants to try Triborg out for that smoke segment of him. He's looking good. I can't lie to that.
I'm so psyched for Triborg. I really am.
Is it my imagination? Am I remembering things wrong because I had like a lot of alcohol at midnight? Or does he actually change physical appearance between fighting styles?
No, I don't think so. No.
No. Well, the facial
like
area changes.
For Cyrax's segment?
Wait, say more. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
What's the question?
I mean, does he actually change skins between fighting styles? Between like,
well, yeah, they're all a different color, but yeah, at least their facial masks are different.
Yeah, it's a different mask for everyone, but the bodies are copy paste, which is I'm kind of okay with that.
Well, that's fine. That's how it's been since MK3, man.
Well,
no,
it's not my preference
on
but...
that because I wasn't sure if I remembered it correctly or if just a trick of the alcohol. But it is interesting.
Smoke has red LED lights instead of blue now. He had blue in the announcement trailer. Now they're red, which I guess is a nod to Deception Nano Smoke. So that's cool. I
like
wish
it.
I like it too. I wish he was still like this bluish indigo they had going in a Deception in MK3. I thought that looked a lot better.
But that body went to Sub-Zero though.
It's a different blue, to be honest with you. But
and then Quan Chi stole it.
Yeah, I wish they didn't use the gray palette for the generic cyborgs in MK9, because that's really where I think it hurts Smoke, which is why there was a bit of confusion. But I don't know. I mean, I'll talk about it more in the Nethercast. But I figured if we're finally getting Cyber Smoke, I wish his mask looked better. It looks so generic to me. It looked so good in Deception. I don't know why they couldn't stick with that.
I wish he had hair.
Is that what they did? They just took Cyber Sub's mask?
No, it's a different mask, but it's a completely new mask. It doesn't resemble anything. I mean, Cyrax's resembles his MK9 appearance for the most part. It's a little more rooster.
Yeah. Same
Sector's
for
is
Sector.
Almost the same. Sector's is very similar with very small grooves on the side. Smoke is a totally new mask that means nothing to me. It's a mask that doesn't represent anything. Because at least fucking human Smoke had gray hair and smoke-like features. Cyber Smoke's mask and this character could have been fucking anyone if you changed the color. That's what kind of annoys me about it. But, I mean, honestly, it's hard to tell, because I'm definitely more excited than I was about Triborg. And again, I'll go a lot more in depth on the Nethercast. But it's when you see all three of them in the fatality capture, when I see all three of them doing things together, it makes me feel like they're still different characters. So is it still Cyrax and Sector and a knockoff of Human Smoke, and the unit is called Triborg, or is Triborg still just one character? It's not clear.
Whatever it is, it looks cool. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're even a cyborg, like there's actually any human component, but it just looks cool.
If I like the brain off, I'll like it a lot.
Can't deny that.
I like the idea of the robots like being like a dumb Power Ranger clan or something. Just like they do shit together. They work as a team. I don't know. They haven't illustrated that very well, but I like it here. It's good.
I mean, it's trying to find a way to say this. I honestly really do like individually what they've done with the characters. And like I said, if I can turn my brain off and trick myself into believing I'm playing Sector or Cyrax or Smoke, it's going to work out great. But you know what? I might not even have to do that. It might actually be all three characters. It's hard to tell. I think Triborg is just the name of the group. I don't think it's actually a new character, to be honest with you. That's my perception. I think Triborg is just a shitty name they threw on it. I don't think Triborg is like a robot chameleon. It really does look like Cyrax.
Well, no, because there's definitely three different whatevers.
But I just don't know how they're going to reconcile that.
You mean, so what you're saying is your problem with it is the lore?
My problem is that I don't want to play Cyrax if it's not really Cyrax, but if I turn my brain off, it's going to work out. We'll see if I can do that or not.
All right, that's what I said. Like, as long as you don't look at the little name under the health bar, you're going to have a fucking good time, man. And especially because a lot of their combos and shit, it looks a lot like all of their shit from MK9. A lot like it.
I mean, I do have a lot of good things to say, to be honest with you. I'm glad Smoke's command throw finally has an animation. I think that was long overdue. That looks really cool. But
It does.
yeah, that should have been. Does Scorpion still have his command throw? It's been so long since I played ninjutsu. I can't tell.
I think he does.
Just blocking midair. I don't remember a specific command for it.
It looks like Smoke has Batgirl's move from Injustice,
Yeah,
where she like went up and then came down on top of you and shit. That's what that looks like. But he's also got the.
Had that in MK9. That was his parry in MK9.
Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe this was like an EX parry or something. It's definitely an EX move, whatever's in the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Alright, Joe, I'm going to disagree with you real quick, Shadaloo. I actually like the fact that he farts. At first, I was kind of indifferent. I was just happy to see him back, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized how important the farting and the vomiting is to me. Because that's really his unique contribution to the roster. I think if you take that away, he becomes another brawler. I really feel like it enhances Kung Lao and Liu Kang when he's that gross and that silly. It makes Liu Kang and Kung Lao better characters because it humbles them. It shows what they had to deal with in his training. They can't pretend to be these uber badasses when they had to be trained by this guy. And so there's a sincerity to their training, you know? It takes away the egotistical nature of being trained by a master. It humbles them. I think their characters are better because of that. I'm glad it's back, to be honest with you.
I really like the vibe of Bo Ride Show with him being like, you know, kind of jolly and whatever he is. It's like the big dude in with Thor and the Warriors 3, whatever that dude's name is. I like that guy.
Volstagg?
And I like Volstagg. I like the merry vibe of it all.
Who?
And Volstagg from Thor.
Thor: The Dark World?
Thor, just the character. He rolls around with the Warriors 3. But yeah, he was in the movies too. Big guy, red hair.
Oh.
He eats a lot. Don't mistake my appetite for apathy or the other way or some shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's cool.
I kind of like that vibe about Bo Ride Show. It feels a little similar to that to me. But also, I think of all the characters, Bo Ride Show animates the best in this trailer. His animation is really good. So he's like flipping around, he's bouncing over people, he's bodying the shit out of them, and then he's farting on them. It's pretty sick.
He does look impressive. I just couldn't know without the cross-screen puke. No,
And he's got a stick.
that's my only real beef.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the fart is actually really well done. Because it's not just like bending over and shooting a projectile. It looks more like an EX move where he does Kano's kind of charging ball thing, cannonball or whatever. And then he sits on your face all porn style and farts. I feel like that was a really nice edge to something that should have been otherwise very stupid. Yeah, that's interesting to me. I don't ever want to take away what makes a character unique. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that kind of is his deal.
Yes and no. Because, I mean, Mocap having balls all over him makes Mocap unique, but he's still Mocap.
It's true. There's nothing cool about mocap, but there is something cool about like a schlobby fat dude being like super graceful and kind of one of the best fighters in the Mortal Kombat universe.
And that's the thing about that.
It's pretty cool.
I think that I always liked about Bo Ride Show and Kenshi, specifically since their debut, was the fact that they, like a lot of the old MK1 cast, kind of harken back to the old Kung Fu movie archetypes.
Yeah.
And that Bo Ride Show was the drunken master. And I think that that's all he really needed to be. His design, I thought, was already well a cut above a lot of other drunken masters that you see in fighting games like Virtua Fighter, for example, and like Last Blade. I thought that Bo Ride Show was a really good example of a proper drunken master. And if he was treated with a bit more dignity, that alone, the fact that he's drunken master who uses a staff and who's actually a well-renowned and plot-involved member of the cast who was responsible for the training of like the main hero and his sidekick / razor blade throwing hat dude, that alone would be enough to guarantee him like legendary status in the MK canon. But it wasn't. They had to have him shit everywhere. They had to have him fart everywhere. Well, maybe not shit, but you know, you get my drift.
Well, I definitely 85% agree. I agree that unique by itself is not necessarily better. I definitely agree on that. But I think all the silly humor, all the toilet shit, I really feel like it enhances the characters around him. Because it says so much about Kung Lao that he had to put up with this. I feel like those characters are better for it, to be honest with you. If they were trained by someone who's just really good at drunken style, I don't feel like it would be as enriching, you know. But I definitely here's one thing I'll say: the drunken style didn't really look that well portrayed in the trailer. I didn't really get a good vibe of the drunken style. I got more of the vomiting and farting and just general melee. I didn't really see a drunken boxer in that. I definitely do think that's a problem. But we'll see what happens when we see more gameplay. But go on.
That's the core of it, really. I think about all these drunken masters in past fighting games and how they're just basically a checklist of characteristics. Guys, maybe he's got a hat, or he's old, or he's short, and he's got a wine jug on his back. And then they kind of phone it in from there. But Bo' Rai Cho, even from there, seemed to have a little bit more to his design. He seemed more masterly and not so much stock drunken boxing character. I think that's why I've always liked him, despite all the toilet humor. And I maintain, if you just have him stop shitting and puking everywhere, he'd be an even better character than he is right now.
I don't think we've had a lot of good drunken... Yeah, go on.
I mean, by argument, we could say that, like, mocap kind of, I don't know, improves Johnny by being around, but, you know, I liked Johnny before mocap was ever a thing.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think mocap improves Johnny. I don't think mocap enriches Johnny.
He's the only character who fits into any kind of a storyline, you know?
Yeah, my problem with mocap is he's boring. I think mocap would be better if he farted and vomited all over the place, to be honest with you.
He actually probably would, because he's a living ball joke. He's already halfway there, 1 foot in the grave.
You know what's not boring? Bo' Rai Cho's fatality, where he makes you drink the Outworld sauce. That shit looks funny.
It does. Granted.
I approve. I hope it sets you on fire because it's so fucking potent.
Do we want to talk about Alien?
I don't remember enough about Alien to talk about it right now, and I'm very drunk.
I mean, we will in the Netherkast. We'll definitely go over Alien.
I think, honestly, folks, I only watched that video 1.5 times, and the second half was just rewinding over the Triborg parts. That's it.
I studied it like a book, dude, like up and down.
I should probably get that out of the way right now. I don't know if I'm entirely convinced by what they did with, like, the cyber smoke portion of Triborg tossing out a bunch of random wires that grip onto you. I think they could have done a little bit better than that, but it's serviceable. I guess it works.
I like it. I think it looks cool, and it kind of harkens back to the whole Trident whatever thing he had in MK3.
I wish it wasn't a restand. That was my only problem with it. I wish it was like a command grab. I don't think Smoke needed a restand.
Was it an EX though? If it was an EX, it makes sense why it restands.
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't think it was.
Well, let's see. I'm looking at it. No, it doesn't. No, it's just a regular Ender.
So, I mean, I know Cybersmoke had a restand, but I would have taken this as an opportunity to do something really cool with the Trident. I don't mind the animation. It looks good.
If fucking Sub-Zero can put the hammer down like 18 times per combo, like, this isn't going to bug me too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of stab going on with Cryomancer these days.
It's still so weird to me whenever I see Sub-Zero doing those hammer combos now. It's like, and the combo's done. No, wait a minute. They patched it. This is going to go on for a while.
Yeah, it is a little silly after a certain point, but...
No, I like it. I like just fucking. It's fun. It's fun. And that's my thing. That's why I'm really psyched about Triborg. He looks fun. He's cool. And you know what? It's 3 characters that are in the game. Whether or not it's like actually, we don't know any of their real names except for
I don't know if
Smoke.
I agree with that.
For me, it is.
If lore-wise, it's 3 characters. Like I said, it's going to be a lot easier to swallow this pill.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. I don't care about the lore. I did my lore when the game came out. Now I just care about gameplay because that's all the game has going forward.
Well, any character can have these gameplay sets. That's not unique to Cyrax or Sector. It's the lore that makes them Cyrax and Sector. It's the designs that make them Cyrax and Sector. So,
well, I mean, but it's really clear what the intention here is. Like the yellow cyborg dude, they all look like who they're supposed to look like.
Well, like I said, it may very well be Cyrax and Sector. Like, I don't see a reason in the trailer why it wouldn't be. I'm getting this vibe that Triborg is just the name. It's like the name of their, their.
No, I get it. Like they can't name the fucking 3 variations Smoke or Sector because that's not who they all are. They're not all Sector, Cyrax, whatever.
Precisely. So, Triborg is just their hard rock supergroup name. That's all it is. In theory, we don't know, but
it's the neutral name. But even if it's not, like, honestly, like if for me, if I just look at gameplay and if I play Smoke and this seems to be the case, it's too early to tell yet. But if it plays like how it looks, like all these guys kind of look a lot like their MK9 versions, some combos, some moves here, it looks like it, then I'm not really going to care what the fucking health bar says. It's close enough for me.
I'm going to try. I'm certainly going to try to do that. And if I can do it successfully, I might even main Smoke in this game. I mean, that's a possibility. We got to see. There's a lot of things we have to see. That there's a lot of variables in that equation.
It is, and it's not coming anytime soon. Like I said, I think it's going to come out whenever the netcode does. So I think we got to wait.
I don't know. I'm thinking like April, to be honest with you. That's what I'm thinking.
It might be.
My love of
the
lore is inextricably linked to my love of the characters. And my love of the characters are a great portion of the reason that I continue to play these games. So I can't be entirely on board with just being okay with who the hell ever is on the life bar.
No, I know. Yeah, that's just my thing.
No, I understand it, and to an extent, I agree with you. And I'm going to enjoy playing Triborg, assuming that I do wind up shelling out for it or picking up a used copy, or whatever the hell it was I said I'd do a couple of weeks ago. But a part of me, I think, is always going to be angry that he doesn't have 3 styles, that this isn't like Smoke, or because, I mean, even if it is just whatever, like not plot involved, cyber chameleon, what have you, is or is, I don't know. A part of me is always going to go, why can't this be Smoke with 3 styles?
Well, because then you couldn't have Sector and Cyrax. And the one, well, yeah, but then there are people that really want Cyrax. Like Cyborg would want Cyrax.
And if they had decided to appease the Cyborg fans or the Sector fans, of which I also am a number, I would have been okay with that. I just feel like you try to please everyone, you please no one. It's a very old sentence, a very old axiom, and I think
100% agreed with you, and that's what I've said. Like Django just said, and I would want Cyrax, so I'm not being pleased. Well, I'm not being pleased because they are splitting them up like that. I would be happy if it was just Smoke. I'd be happy if it was just Sector. And I'd be happy if it was just Cyrax. But I think it's quantity over quality, in my opinion, was what they're doing. And yeah, it might be a cool, fun gimmick. And yeah, it might be one variation dedicated to each, might be fun, and might be just enough to quell a lot of fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if people are digging it or people like that, then good for them. That's cool. I'm not saying anybody should hate it. But for me, I was preaching well before it was ever announced, when we first even thought of the idea, months and months ago. I said, if they do that, then that's not going to make me happy. I would much rather Sector fans get their time in the sun. Sector has never been in a game just by himself, and now he still isn't. Smoke has been in one game just by himself as the cyborg, and that was in Deception. And Cyrax has had 2 or 3 games as the only cyborg, or Deadly Alliance, or I guess Deadly Alliance was the only game. So he's at least had his one time to shine.
Even in Gold, he was the default.
What's that?
In Mortal Kombat 4 Gold, he was the default cyborg. You had to unlock Sector. He was bonus material.
Well, either way, I'm just saying the only cyborg you can play as. Either way, my point is, regardless, I would have been just perfectly fine just having one cyborg. I just think, for me personally, and Shadowloo sounds like he's saying the same thing, we would have easily bowed out and said, here, let's have the cyborg be only that cyborg and flesh them out completely, give them story, give them all that relevance, actually tell us what this character's doing in this game, and have really well fleshed out gameplay for that character instead of 3 smaller parts coming into one. And we're still... Temp sounds like he's starting to think that maybe it is just all of the cyborgs together based on that fatality, and that may well be true, but why did one of the producers or writers or designers or whoever the hell that was on Twitter specifically say he's his own character, he has his own dialogue, yada, yada, yada? It's like, I don't know.
I did forget about that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, why would he...
Fair. And I'll play the devil's advocate here, and I'll say that at the very least, from a gameplay perspective, this isn't necessarily a downgrade from what any Cyber Ninja fans have experienced through MK9, because we had, every character was their own character with one fighting style.
Right.
It does suck, though, that seeing everyone else upgrade to like 3 fighting styles and having different special moves and whatnot, that the Cyber Ninja fans have to get just a bit of a cock tease about that.
They're getting 1/3 of the character.
Just a single penis whipped across the face, just a little bit.
Well, I do want to play devil's advocate to the devil's advocate. And to be fair, it looks like they're still sharing chain combos. It looks like Cyrax and Smoke were using the same chain input. So no one had that problem in MK9. In MK9, everyone had...
Yeah, but MK9, everybody had the same jump-in punch. Everybody had the same jump-in kick. Like, there were so many universal things in that game, which makes sense because they were basing it off of the original trilogy. That game was basic as shit. I think even these individual variations are probably more different than most of the characters in MK9 were. Like, the specials and people had their own combos in that game, and there was some characters that were, like, really different, but there's still just a lot of universal moves in that game.
But I feel like sharing a jump kick and using and sharing it down 4 are still worlds apart in terms of strategy. Because everyone still does cross-ups despite their jump normal.
Here's my own kind of open-mindedness towards the idea is, with most characters, I mean... you only play one variation. I know that's not true for all of us, but for me, I'm only going to if I ever can get really good, it's only going to be at one variation. I'm not going to be a master of 2 variations. So in that mindset, or especially not 3. So in that mindset, if I just have Cyrax 1 variation, I can play that. Sounds like there's an echo coming through somewhere.
There's definitely an echo coming through.
If there wasn't before, you can all blame me.
I think it's just Cyborg that's echoing.
Let me try it.
Did you guys hear it on someone else?
No, I think it literally is just Cyborg. Cyborg talk.
Weird. Huh?
It's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Well, what I was saying is, so if I just have one Cyrax variation, yes, to me that is enough. But that's still, it's beyond the point of what I was trying to make. Is I just like to see... The coolest thing about MKX leading into the game is I was just so enamored at how much detail and fleshed out each character was based on the 3 variations. All the special moves, all the different ways of playing, whether you want to zone, whether you want to do this, the variations offer you different strategies for that character. Say, since I only get Cyrax in one variation or whatever, this version of Cyrax or clone of Cyrax or whatever the hell you want to call it, say that's the only thing I get. What if I don't like that version? If I got Cyrax for real, I would have 2 other variations to try, and hopefully one of them I would like. Like Kenshi, I don't like all of his variations. Katana, I don't like all of her variations. So what if I'm stuck with the one that I don't like?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing, though. And I think that's why, like, just looking at their gameplay, they each look so much like their MK9 counterparts is because that's their one variation.
Yeah, but I don't want to play Cyrax in MK9. I want to play Cyrax in MKX.
Like, in MKX, they changed up a lot of characters so much, and that's not a bad thing. I like that a bunch.
That's what I'm saying.
Me and Temp both played Sub-Zeros, but they're kind of completely different characters because of how we use them and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, it does suck that...
Because if I want to play a different version of Cyrax, I essentially have to play Sector Smoke. They'll have different variations, because that's what that means.
But the other side of that is if you... Oh shit, now I'm echoing.
That echoes.
Holy hell. It looks like if you like those characters in MK9, then you'll like their versions in MKX. What are you laughing at?
That's part of the problem, though, is I liked Cyrax in MK9, but I was looking forward to a completely overhauled, new, polished,
that's true.
New specials, new
right.
everything. And same with Sector, same with Smoke, like I was looking forward to seeing these characters evolve as much as Kano did, or Kung Lao, or Katana, or Sub-Zero. I want to see all the variations they offer. I want to see the ideas they came up with. I want to see the new specials they come up with and the new ways to.
It's true, and Smoke's got some. Like we've already seen new shit from him. I'm curious to see what they do with Cyrax.
Sure, and those things could be there. And I want to see different versions. I want to see the different looks for each variation. I want to see the different fatalities.
I want to see the glowy part. What glowy thing is this variation gonna have?
The 9-volt battery helmet.
It's gonna have the glowing canteen that fucking Bo Raicho has. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, that's true, but it's just, I guess, like I said, I just want the whole package. And if I couldn't have Cyrax, I wanted Sector to have the full package, because I know there are some Sector fans out there, and
Sextor.
They haven't had their time in the sun in that regard, and I know there's Smoke fans out there. I would have been fine with any of the three. Obviously, my bias is towards Cyrax, but I've been saying way before that I would be happy with any one of the three. I just don't like... It's like combining Sub-Zero, Frost, and somebody else and Noob Zybot all into one thing as different variations. It's like, yes, you're happy that they're in the game. There's a sense of, okay, at least I got this, but that's settling, essentially, is what you're doing. You're not getting a full package. It's the same way that the DLC characters don't get 2 costumes. That's bullshit.
No, yeah, you're right, and I see that perspective. I guess I'm just thinking about it differently. Like before the game came out, when Ed Boon was teasing that Sub-Zero was going to be a different person, like it wasn't going to be one of the brothers, right. I was perfectly cool with that. I was like, sweet, show me that shit. I would have really liked that. That would have been cool to me, and I would be curious to see, like, okay, what do they do with cryomancy or whatever it's called?
Sure. And there's some appeal to that, yeah.
If there was and if they had gone the route where they split, they did like a Noob Saibot Sub-Zero type mashup, I would have been cool with that too. That could have been interesting. Like ice fucking clones that run around the screen? Jesus Christ.
I was saying that for Noob Smoke. I figured if they were ever going to bring Noob Smoke back, this was the time to do it, to be honest with you. Like, you could have one variation with them individually, and then the third variation would be the wrestling team, so to speak.
I bet that was like what they were going back and forth on picking. Like, do we do 3 cyborgs, or do we do Noob Smoke?
See, I feel like
I think that we're in an era where Noob Smoke is no longer a possibility.
I also feel like they knew they weren't going to put the cyborgs in from the beginning to an extent. There might have been a window open, but having Smoke and whatnot be the little faction kills, I think they decided they weren't going to put them in that way as their own. I don't know. That's how I see it.
Yeah, and I personally, this is just for me. Other people might feel different. I don't know though. I kind of hope this is a different character. I hope it's not those 3 robot dudes. Because see, for me, that feels like a really fun embracing of the whole palette swap thing that Mortal Kombat's known for. Instead of trying to like hide it and be like, oh, we don't do that anymore type thing. Definitely. Like that's fun. That's a nice callback to nostalgia, and also it sets up future shit. Like you could see a fucking human Smoke fighting Triborg Smoke and all this shit. That'd be sick.
Well, that's the thing. That's a great way to bury a character. I mean, Chameleon will never come back for that reason.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Going forward, if you could actually have Smoke as a separate character with like Triborg incorporating the old Smoke cyber style, that'd be a good way to appease a lot of people who just kind of want to have the best of both worlds or have trouble choosing one between the other.
But here's the thing.
It would work.
Okay, go ahead.
There's all 3 of the cyborgs, as far as we know, could be dead, and this could be what we have going forward. Smoke is dead.
Smoke's not dead. He's a revenant still.
Okay, but he's dead. He's a revenant. Sector, as far as we know, is just a head, so he's technically dead. Cyrax is
in the fucking desert smoking
he's
peyote.
Gone. And if you believe the comics, he's dead. So, which we never got to see.
He's just trying
game.
to find himself.
And that's also my second frustration part of this is part of the reason why I wanted Cyrax is because leading up to the game, I just wanted to know what the fuck happened with Cyrax. So I still don't have that. I may not have that for another 4 years, if even then. It could just be...
Know what, though? You gotta stop looking at the word dead as an obstacle. Dead.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
Yeah,
dead
but
is
that's
a manner of thought. It's a modus operandi. It's a plot device. It's a symbol for change as far as Mortal Kombat is concerned. And you know what? I would love to play the fuck out of a dead cyber ninja.
No, I'm not.
that was
I just
plot
want
device.
to know. I want.
Cyrax may have gone to robot heaven, and if that's the case, we can't see Revenant Cyrax. So I worry about that because that was the plot device they used to bring him back before.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, Cyrax didn't die in MK9 though, did he?
He
died in the comic.
Oh man, fuck the comic. Come on, man. No one's dead. Anybody they're not gonna get rid of Cyrax. Oh, we can't use Cyrax ever again.
Okay, but how hard would it have been to give us some sort of resolution on what fucking happened to him? That's my point. And
oh yeah, they definitely could have done that.
The only way I was going to get that, at least anytime before another 4 years or whenever they threw out their next game, was through DLC because he'd have a bio and an ending. Now I don't get that unless Triborg comments on it, but fuck Triborg.
You know what? That's actually a good point. I would be surprised if the other cyborgs, at least Sector and Cyrax, didn't show up in his bio and ending. That's probably going to happen.
Yeah,
but
that's the only thing right now I'm looking forward to in terms of him is this may be my only chance to actually get it in fucking text.
Until MK11 comes out. When that next game comes out, at least one or two of these cyborgs are going to be in it.
Yeah, but that's what you would have thought for this.
Yeah, that's true. And they wanted to make a lot of new characters, which I really am fine with that after MK9, which was all about old characters. They wanted to lean kind of hard on the new guys. That's cool. But for the next game, they're not going to get rid of the cyborgs. They're coming back.
This is what we said about Fujin, though. We said there's no way Fujin's not going to be an MKX, and look what happened.
Well, that's before I realized that Ed Boon didn't like Fujin. And that's fine.
I mean, I know I've bitched about this way too damn much over the last, fucking year, and it just makes no sense why Cyrax was one of the living characters, and he got absolutely no follow-up. Sector's demise, or whatever you want to call his head on a table, was relegated to, a cameo in story mode. We didn't get to see the Lin Kuei fall, and that is a huge missed opportunity. And what did we get instead? We got Special Forces kids. Because we couldn't have had 2 fight scenes at least dedicated to the damn Lin Kuei section, or at least a chapter dedicated.
This is the most lore that's ever been taught on the Warrior Shrine. This is this is a new standard.
Well, Special Forces in general were the biggest problem with MKX. That was a Special Forces game called MKX. That was always my biggest complaint.
Yeah, hey, Cyrax was fucking Special Forces before all these kids were. He came into the picture, and he got.
I think Cyrax is probably the most developed Lin Kuei after Sub-Zero.
Sure.
And he's been in, like you said before, he's been in a bunch of games, and he's had a lot of development. He's definitely not Fujin level. They're cool with Cyrax.
I'm complaining how often he's shown up. I'm completely satisfied. That's why I said. If it's Sector Smoke's time, then by all means, I understand. Cyrax has had his time. He's been in the most games out of the cyborgs. It's just, for fuck's sake, don't have him be one of the main survivors leading outside of MK9 and then completely not even follow up. We literally just got an oil sign. That was that was it. And
he's out there, dude. He's trying to find himself.
Anytime I showed concern about that oil sign, everyone was like, that can't be it. And it turned out to be it. So it's for months and months, everyone was saying, oh, he'll be in there, or he'll be DLC, or he'll be in story mode at the very least. And I got nothing. You'll get nothing. But yes, I mean...
There's going to be a yellow robot throwing nets at us, though.
I'm going to sign off for the evening because it's 3:41 a.m. where I am, and
go drink some water.
I will drink 3.5 glasses. This was my plan to compensate the alcohol.
Well done.
Hey, you went down. It was 5 before.
You sneaky bastard.
You're slippery.
Well, I never drink enough.
So drink more than you want to drink.
On average, I have about 1.5 glasses going to bed and waking up the next day without needing any more water, so that's about an average.
You just keep going down. You just keep... increasing the amount of water.
No, Tim,
I'm gonna take a quick shot of water. And I'm gonna hit the
saying
six.
if I have
Stop
2 glasses
lowballing me,
of wine,
Shadaloo.
if I had 2 glasses of wine, I don't need any more water that night.
Now we're down to no water. We're down to 0 water now. You have to drink water, my friend. It's good for you.
But you're misappropriating the number as the number that I'm drinking, and I take personal offense to that. I gotta grab my glove and I gotta slap you across the face. Well, Matt, I
I'm just
challenge you
talking
to
in math
duel.
problems. I can't duel you. I can't duel anybody.
Yes, you can. Guitar duel. I know you play some guitar. You and me.
I play guitar. I'm okay.
1-on-1. Dueling banjos, motherfucker. Let's
do it.
Audience.
Rock off.
I want to play.
Down.
The winner gets 5 glasses of water.
Winner has to fight me.
Yeah.
Winner gets
I played
5
winner,
glasses of water.
motherfuckers.
I'm like telling Temp, take a dive. Winner gets water. Take a dive.
What is this Mad Max shit? The winner gets water. Fucking Temps with a Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Mediocre.
All right,
Don't let that
folks.
thirst get to you.
Have a good night, guys.
Night,
See
bro.
ya.
See ya.
And as Shadaloo goes to take his shot of water, where are we on the docket,
Well,
on the set list?
we were talking Injustice, and then we covered the. We've covered the online. We've covered the gameplay trailer.
Combat Pack 2, I feel like, has been covered pretty well. Unless someone really wants to talk about Alien.
No.
I mean, no,
I
I'm not.
do want to talk about the gameplay, to be honest with you, for Alien.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have anything against Alien being in the game. I mean, he's not who I'm interested in, but go for it.
Well, he hasn't. It has a double.
What?
There's like it's basically an Armika version of Alien where they summon an Armika alien to fight for you that comes down from the sky. That's kind of cool.
Gross.
And I think the animations look good. Alien has that Baraka slash, but there's no you can't really see the claws well, so it looks like there's a fly in her face and she's like trying to swat it really quickly.
It's true. I feel like Alien does kind of get lost on the screen a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think the movement, people were complaining about the animations. They said it looks like a dude in a suit, but I thought the animation and the walking and the attacks looked very, very animalistic. I thought it looked good.
Newsflash, it was a dude in a suit. Somebody had the mocap.
This just
break
in.
my dreams.
Carlos Pacina was, in fact, the alien.
Now we know.
Is it Carlos Pacina? No, that's Johnny Cage. Who am I thinking?
Daniel
I'm thinking,
Pacino was Johnny.
who's the dude
Carlos
who
was
did Raiden?
waiting.
Okay, yeah, that's the guy that still works over there, I think.
That'd be sick.
I'm pretty sure he's...
Carlos Pacino.
I'm pretty sure... Well, no, who was it? Fuck. The guy that did Night Wolf.
Oh,
that
dude,
dude?
those memories are gone.
That dude is
Turk?
like...
John Turk?
No, that's Sub-Zero.
I thought he was also Nightwolf.
No. Night Wolf was a different guy. He was... Fuck, he was someone else too. But anyway, that dude is like big in the mocap scene. He does mocap for a lot of games.
Mocap scene.
You know what I'm... Dude, you know what I'm talking about.
No, I got you.
He's like the Andy Serkis of video games, basically.
Man, Andy Serkis, we've seen a lot of that guy lately. Yeah, I don't know. Leatherface looks like Jason with a chainsaw instead of a machete. That's exactly what he looks like to me.
It's just
He's fatter.
waste of a character, and I like.
You know what he does have? He's got that fucking hammer.
Yeah, that's the only.
I think I have a soft spot for hammers.
I like the hammer spot. It was definitely a cool callback to the original, but. And I don't say waste of a character in a sense that I hate Leatherface. I like Leatherface as a. He's not in my top 3 slasher villains by any means, but you know he's.
Who are your top 3 villains?
Slasher villains: Jason, Michael Myers, and then say Freddy. I'm trying to think.
Freddy? All right, that's fine.
Trying to think.
Quality of movies, or we're talking about just the slasher in of themselves?
Yeah, just the characters.
Say my favorite probably be Michael Myers, followed by the ghost face. I like a lot as a slasher.
Django likes Ghostface. He also tracked him down one time after the game.
Now we're back in the gameplay discussion. That is a great segue into gameplay.
I didn't get that reference. What was it?
The run back. You chased out of our stream in a King of the Hill match.
Oh, that motherfucker!
His avatar was Ghostface.
Man, that dude is my nemesis.
Ghostface, dude, that was great. I've never seen Django want a salty run back so fucking bad.
Dude, listen, I just want to learn.
You came back like 20 minutes ago.
I didn't learn.
But no, it'd be. I'm not a huge fan of Freddy, to be honest. But I don't know who else I would.
But not the character.
I don't know who else I would put in the third spot. It's Jason Michael Myers for me. I like
Leatherface a lot
villain,
more than Freddy.
I would say just on a pure level of as a slasher, just the character. I'd probably choose Chucky, to be honest with you, for my number 3.
Oh man, fuck you.
Chucky over Freddy?
Dude.
Freddy's a good villain. I don't think he's a great slasher.
Chucky?
I don't
Chucky though.
Freddy is not cool. He's a great villain, but he's not cool. Fucking Chucky is Brad
Chucky's
Dourif,
a toy. He's a ginger toy.
He's Brad fucking Dourif.
I'd put Leatherface ahead of Chucky.
Leatherface is a fat redneck. I don't like Leatherface.
There is nothing scarier on this planet than a fat redneck.
Yeah,
I will have you know. Jesus Christ.
But dude, a doll that talks is fucking way scarier in my opinion.
Scary.
A doll that talks needs its batteries taken out. That's all that is. Fucking...
they did that
listen,
in the movie. It didn't work, Django.
I live in fucking Arkansas, in case you guys didn't know. I can't tell you how many fat rednecks scared the shit out of me growing up. It's a nightmare. And that's probably why I actually am a big fan of Leatherface. I don't care to play him very much. I probably will, though. But Leatherface always felt like one of the most realistic slashers.
It was creepy.
I was like, God damn it! I know incest-ass families that live out in the woods with no fucking electricity and drinking yellow water.
It's the most realistic of the bunch. It's the most realistic.
Oh my God, it's a nightmare. It's terrifying.
That's why it's the scariest. Jason.
You know what's weird?
Jason could happen in his live form, but in his zombie form, not gonna happen. Freddy can't.
Michael Myers is like a god or some shit. He's just like
Michael Myers, but. Yeah, Michael Myers is somewhat realistic. Obviously, you're taking the indestructible quality of them out of it. But,
right? Yeah.
Leatherface is easily the one that could exist the most. He's a big fucking dude. He's a powerhouse, and he's just the psycho with his psycho ass family in their own location. Like that shit happens.
Yeah, and that was the coolest part of the whole thing. It's not just him; it's his whole fucking family, and they are like feedbacking to each other. And you got the basement and the meat hooks and.
Yeah, I'm just a really big Brad Dourif fan. I'm not trying to be facetious. I really do love Brad Dourif.
Dude, you can have Brad Dourif. No one's gonna fight you.
No, someone would fight me. You guys wouldn't fight me. Someone would fight me for my own Brad Dourif.
I just now noticed that I made a huge error in strategy. The sessions that I set this shit to record in has a 2-hour max. And we are approaching it.
Okay.
Why'd you set a max?
Because it makes me. I could have set it to anything.
You scared the shit out of me, dude. You scared the piss out of me. I thought you said
no.
Nothing
we're fine.
Recorded. I was like,
no,
oh
we're fine. But I probably just have to stop and flop the tape over.
Extend the time. But don't you use Audition 3?
No, I don't use Audition 3 to record podcasts. I use Audition 3 for everything else, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just have to push the button. It's not like I don't always glue these podcasts together afterwards.
Right. I listen to some podcasts where they set timers like that. So.
Well, I didn't mean to set a timer. I was just like.
Look, I think you meant it.
Usually 2 hours is good for us, though. That's my go-to.
2 hours is a lot of time.
Yes, it is. Temp. I want to know what else is in that Word document. I really want to know.
We got NEC, which we could cover briefly. Some really good matches. Big D was fighting with an injured hand. So
there's somebody that's named Big D?
Yeah, he's from Florida.
Big Dick.
He's a good player. He's a great player, dude. He was good at D.
That's very straightforward.
Well, I mean, the guy had one of the original big upsets in MK9. He beat CD Jr. with his Nightwolf at final round. It's one of the greatest matches.
Oh, he got shouldered?
He got anti-aired like crazy, like standing jab anti-aired to the ground.
Oh, man.
Nightwolf. Props to him for playing with an injured hand. His wolf is no joke, man. He switched to Ermac, I think, permanently eventually. Now that's who he plays in MKX. But
Master of Salt.
Wait, what? Oh, Ermac. Yes, I get
Ermac. Yes, yes.
Another great match was Maxter.
I'm gonna put just like a roar of laughter after that joke. Don't you worry. It's gonna be amazing.
No, I will support that decision.
Or I'm just gonna go look for like a billion different clips of Tom Brady laughing, and then gonna layer them on top of each other.
Yeah,
fuck you.
Mazden from Germany came to the tournament and he lost to Dragon's Tanya. Dude,
Tanya?
Tanya, yeah, dude.
Oh man, Tanya still exists. I forgot about Tanya.
Dragon did really good in this tournament, dude. Like, Michelangelo got dragoned so fucking hard, man. Like,
which Tanya does he play?
I want to say the one with the little stabbies.
Did he get Big D hard?
Oh, the Kokujitsu?
No one gets Big D hard. Okay. That's quite hard. That is.
You know what? Fucking shout out to NetherRealm. I forgot all about Tanya. She's got a crazy ass moveset. Her with that fucking the Naginata. She fucking hops around on that shit. I forgot about that.
Yeah, no one uses it, but yeah.
No one uses it, but it looks so cool. And then the fucking low that it goes into, like she jumps on it and then knocks it down, and it goes and knocks your feet. That's fun. Paolo or whoever had some fucking fun making that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised there's not like a million combo videos with that. Maybe there is. I just haven't checked.
Maybe there is. Hey, hopefully with the new netcode, we're gonna have more players and we can get all this cool shit.
Let's see. Couple of big upsets here. Tom Brady beat Milky Situation's Reptile. Milky Situation got top 8 at EVO.
Milky,
really big.
I remember Milky.
Yeah, very good player, and Tom Brady beat him. Wait,
Tim. Who did Tom Brady play as?
Grandmaster Sub-Zero.
What?
Yeah, who do you think he played as?
Grandmaster Sub-Zero.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Jupiter beat DJT in Losers. Also a very, very good upset. Probably one of the most important upsets, in my opinion, was Zyfox beating DJT in Winners. That was crazy impressive.
Zyfox.
Zyfox, yeah. He played Takeda early on. I believe he plays Liu Kang.
Oh, he played Takeda.
Not so much anymore, I don't think.
I remember seeing a really good Takeda. It might have been him. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's a couple out there.
Who does DJT play? I know he plays Sub-Zero, doesn't
he? Mostly Kung Lao. Kung Lao's his main. He played Sub-Zero against MIT in Grand Finals one time. I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was his. They're brothers, right?
They are, yeah. The Terry brothers.
Is DJT have any relation to DJ Jazzy Jeff?
He does, actually. Like, they used to go to public school together.
Yeah, the DJ family.
Yeah. Along with DJ from,
Full
Street
House?
Fighter. No, not DJ from Full House.
Okay.
No. That DJ is a different DJ.
Probably one of my favorite upsets was Biohazard beating Tyrant. Biohazard playing Ferritor. That was crazy.
Ferritor got some love. Ferritor's a sick character, man. I don't want to play him ever, but that's a fun character.
I couldn't believe some of his pressure setups. It's like he had fucking Nomad cancels. It was crazy how Biohazard was playing.
That sounds like a nightmare waiting to happen.
I would probably still say my favorite match was Maxter versus Winter Wars, because Maxter is so fucking good at this game. Like, I don't know why he doesn't go to more tournaments. I don't know why he doesn't do better. His Johnny Cage is so amazing.
It's okay.
And White Boy beat Foxy Grandpa, which was pretty surprising.
Foxy Grandpa, who does he play?
Kung Lao.
God damn it, Kung Lao. Perfect Legend doesn't come out anymore, does he?
Well, he got 13 odes, so he's still in the fucking...
Yeah, I was about to say... Have we talked about that on this thing?
Yeah, we have. We talked about it.
Did we? Did we cover it?
We covered it.
Because... Dear fucking God, what a massacre that was.
Well, just a heads up, at the tournament happening this weekend, Tom Brady is doing a first attempt with Sonic Fox. So, is that...
Okay, but no, Tom Brady is not going to get on the microphone after being beaten 10-0 and be like, look, it's fine. He's good, but you didn't pick the character that you said on Twitter you were going to pick. So, okay, fucking sit your ass down. I'll beat you again with whatever character you want me to.
I think he won't do it because Perfect Legend did it first. I think if Perfect Legend had not done that, Tom Brady might have jumped that.
Temp, he told you to stop fucking talking.
Okay.
If Tom Brady does it, yeah, it is kind of it's kind of a joke to PL at this point.
It'd be funny if he does it just to spite PL, just to do another 13-0, just to as an homage.
I mean, right? Like, I know that PL has gotten more than enough shit for that, but it's not enough.
I don't know, dude. Eris alone fucking ripped his asshole 3 different sizes.
Everyone did. Fucking God, what's that name? Flo did it too, man. Everyone's just on his ass, and they should be. That dude needs to listen to people. Listen, you were really good at MK9. Injustice and MKX are not MK9. You're not God tier. You get knocked out if you even place and shit. Stop talking like you're awesome.
I mean, the sad part is he didn't even really play that. He was playing really well, but Sonic Fox was just better. Like, he was taking rounds and shit, but it was never enough. Like, he was holding his ground. He just couldn't take it further than that, unfortunately. He's still a really good player, but he's no business bad. Talking shit. None.
Yeah, you talk as much shit as PL. It's like, dude, shut up. Stop talking. Stop talking. This kid, he's like 16 years old, just destroyed you. Shut up.
I'm not saying anything.
Oh, man, that was sad. That hurt.
Yeah, dude, I didn't want to be there. Like, watching the stream. I didn't want to fucking watch the stream. I didn't want to be in my room watching the stream.
But I'm glad it happened.
Your bed.
Just Photoshop me.
Yes. That's how I felt. Like, I can't watch this. I can't look. This is this 16-year-old kid's going to beat you. Like, was it 13-0? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was 13-0.
Oh, man. Why did he have to get up afterwards and start talking shit?
Why did they give him a mic? What business did they have giving
They didn't want to. They were all like, all right, we're going home. We are tired. We've been here all fucking day. And PL's like, listen, I'm going to let you finish, but you cheated. What? Dude. You tell Sonic Fox who you want him to play, and he'll still kick your ass. Just shut up. I don't like Sonic Fox. He's boring. I hate that he wins all the time. It's no fun. I want Tom Brady to win.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that he's not good. I'm gonna recognize that, yeah, he's gonna kick most people's ass, and he does. Anyway.
I don't know. I mean, you bring up a very good point. There's a real problem with Yomi and Sonic Fox dominating MKX, and there's no solution to it. I don't want these guys to not train. I want everyone to get as good as they can, but the tournament results are just not nearly as interesting, unfortunately. And like I said, there's no solution to it. I want Sonic Fox to play as well as he can. I want the Yomi guys to train as hard as they can.
And rightfully so. Those guys don't give a fuck if it's boring or not. They're winning.
Yeah, there's too much money, but at the same time, these giant prize pots aren't going to pull in people if they know they have to deal with Yomi and Sonic Fox. No $50,000 prize pot is going to incentivize anyone to come into this community knowing they have to deal with that shitstorm, no?
But then again, it's like, at the end of the day, they're not unbeatable. Like, all someone has to do is get good. Get really fucking good. Like...
Well, they're unbeatable because the netcode is bad. That's why they're unbeatable, so no one can get as good as them because no one can train with each other. Because the netcode...
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so, but, like, still, I hope it doesn't discourage people. You're right, though. The netcode, good netcode, will only help.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a problem without a solution. I do not want these guys to stop what they're doing, even though they kind of already have. I don't want Sonic Fox to stop being awesome. I want them to play other fighting games and ruin their communities. That's what I want.
Go ruin Street Fighter.
Do it. I mean, he's trying to. He wants to. So hopefully if Sonic Fox wins Capcom Cup, then everyone can be miserable together.
Oh, man. Yeah, I want Tom Brady to win. I want Pig of the Hut to win. I want all this shit, but if they're not, if they're not the best, then, you know, that's cool. Take some money where you can get it. Play some ESL. Do what you gotta do.
Pig of the Hut is like Bruce Wayne from The Dark Knight Rises, dude. He's just wearing his fucking smoking jacket, holding, like, walking around with a cane and shit. He's fucking done, dude. Like, I don't mean that as an insult. I mean...
No, yeah, I mean... What are you gonna do, man? It's not like he hasn't tried and tried and tried.
We got second place at ESL. Was it first or second?
It wasn't first.
I think he got second place at ESL, and that's a lot of money.
No, it's definitely a lot of money, and he doesn't suck. He does well, but I mean, there is like a ceiling for everybody who's not Yomi or Sonic Fox.
Or not playing Ketchy, you know. Yeah, so character's not...
And you know, and the clone has so many issues. Like, the cylinder just isn't functioning properly.
No, the clone is not working properly. Damn,
I hear this. I keep hearing this. I don't know if it's true, but I'm hearing that the cylinder is just not functioning properly.
Well, we got, like, what, 3.5 minutes left, so...
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes, really? Because I haven't... Oh, well, that's when the Skype started. Okay.
Yeah, that's a different number altogether.
Well, I mean,
What else is there to cover?
I just want to do teams again, dude. I had a lot of fun with that. I had a blast playing with you guys.
Yeah.
Especially when we were winning.
That'll be awesome.
The only way it's going to happen, here's the reality of it, is, and we tried to do this once, is during our stream, we need to have all three of us on, and we need to have 3 other people. And then we just play teams against people we know.
Unless the matchmaking gets improved. Which...
Well, I doubt the matchmaking itself. The infrastructure, I mean, I would love for it to, but even if it does get improved, that doesn't necessarily mean people are going to want to play team combat.
No, that's true, but I mean, like, I've heard how MKX's matchmaking did work, and I've subsequently forgot it because that was forever ago, but it was so shitty the way that the whole system worked, but... Its matchmaking is based on its netcode. If the netcode is different, the matchmaking is going to be completely different. So, don't expect the same type of whatever. Well, I mean, that's fine. It's, you know, better, you know, guilty until proven innocent. That's fine. Sure. I agree. It's cool. But
Stephen Avery factor.
How many fucking times has NRS like given us games with shitty netcode? Like, I get it. That's smart to expect. Not awesome. But if the netcode swapped out, the matchmaking will change a lot. It's going to be a completely different.
We'll see. I mean, it's up to them how they want to set up the infrastructure of it and how they want it to actually work. But
like I said, I feel like
if it does work and they make the matchmaking better, the whole system, like say we can all party up and then search together and hopefully just instantly get matched up against a team within a minute instead of sitting there for like 10 minutes hoping people will join. That shouldn't be how it's done. We should all search, and if there's 3 other people, no matter what, whether they're together or they're single people, whatever, we should get matched up against them, and that's a game right there. That's all that should matter. But that also depends on people actually wanting to search team combat. We have no idea if anybody else out there gives a shit about it.
Well, the good news is we're going to know soon, because in theory we might be able to test the matchmaking out in the beta, which hopefully just for the sake of this show, I hope I get it in beta. I don't know what the requirements are beyond the 1 hour, but hopefully it's...
Right. That's why I'm signing up more than anything, is just to try it and just to be able to comment on it.
What the fuck was I... Oh, right. Like, if the new netcode is anything like the GGPO type stuff like Killer Instinct uses, and I've said this before, it's just a completely different universe. I said this in the Skype today. Like, I've played Killer Instinct using my Wi-Fi hotspot from my cell phone, and it felt not bad.
I can believe it.
It felt a little better than Mortal Kombat. Like, it's all good. Conra, it was great. Glacius, like, if there's that big of a difference, and it's not going to be that big of a difference at once, probably. But still, like, just the way these two systems work between delay and rollback, it's whenever it's implemented well, it's a completely different experience, and I hope that's going to be what's going on.
Even if they fail, I'm still really happy that they tried. Honestly, even if it doesn't work out, even if the netcode is still shit, they won a lot of my morale back. I'm very happy they're trying, honestly. And that's my stance.
I feel like because they're trying, like, it's not going to just be like, oh, it didn't work, that's the end of it. Like, they've already ripped out the fucking basement. They're going to keep building on it until it gets to the point. It might take a long time, but, you know, it's not going to be like, oh, this didn't work, we're going to flip the switch back over the other thing. No, like I said, they gutted out the fucking bottom of the Jenga tower, and they're going to keep working on it until it gets to where it needs to be. And they have to. They can't fucking compete with Street Fighter and Killer Instinct and every other fucking fighting game on the planet with the netcode they have. They just can't. It's a joke.
Well, the beauty of it is they don't need to. They'll still sell millions of copies, and the fact that they're doing it anyways, why I love them so much for it, you know?
That's true, but I don't know if that's going to be the case, you know, in years to come, like a decade from now. If they can really just rely on whatever it is that brings the casual audience so much to Mortal Kombat. I don't know.
That's true. Well, how much time do we have left?
We've got 5 minutes.
But since it's the new year, does anyone have any New Year's resolutions for fighting games?
What?
Anyone have any resolutions they want to work on this year?
That's fucking dumb.
Okay, well, I guess that's a no.
And you better not have any either.
I don't anymore. Holy shit.
No, I don't do that. I'm a strong believer, and if you really want change, then you'll just fucking do it.
Whenever I want change, I just hit the bank, you know. It works for me.
Sure.
I don't have resolutions either, guys.
And as far as my, you know, resolutions go, I'm hoping for 1080p. I really am. 60 frames per second would be great, but if I could just get 1080p.
It took my brain so long to get that joke. I was thinking so fucking hard. Like,
what are you?
I could hear clicking noises in my fucking head. Like, that was difficult.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Resolution, 1080p resolution.
I get that, but what doesn't have 1080p? I guess I don't understand. You make it sound like you're not already getting 1080p.
It's going to be a Merry New Year, guys.
All right.
Cool.
So I would imagine you're only asking that because you have something in mind, so go ahead.
I don't have anything in mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. Just say whatever your resolution is.
Guys, in the comments below, post your resolutions. Even if it's like, you know, if it's 420p, that's fine. Just tell us. Tell us what you want.
I'm telling you, by this point, it's 16 days after the new year. Anybody that's made resolutions has now probably already failed those. So that's how most of them go.
I'm still doing pretty good on mine.
Though. I think resolutions are more of a game than they are anything. They're not really serious commitments. It just it's kind of like the
marriage.
Say again?
Marriage? Did you say marriage?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Who the fuck's resolution is marriage?
No, I'm saying.
What does that even mean?
Tim said they're like a game. They're not a series. They don't take them serious.
This year, I resolved to get married or to stay married or, you know, just to contemplate marriage as a social construct, really.
What's your resolution?
Like, honestly, like my serious resolution? Like, really?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying?
Well, you brought it up.
I really don't care if it's honest or fake at this point. Like,
you brought
just make
it
sure
up.
it's entertaining though.
Like, for real, I want to start playing a lot more Killer Instinct. I want to play regularly. That if I had one resolution, that really would be it. I really wish I'd played more of that game.
That's a good one. It's a great game.
Yeah, it's honestly it's probably better than anything else outright. I can't think of a fighting game better than KI right now. Like on the market that's active and alive.
You're probably right. And on that note, I'm going to wrap this up because we're out of time. If MKX gets good netcode, it's going to be the best. It's going to be the best. It's going to be great. Killer Instinct's still good, though. Masoop.
And Red Tornado is a fine character.
He's all right. And before we go, I want to say... God damn it, it's a robot. Will you shut the fuck up?
It's an android, not a robot. And second of all, Shadowloo said it's like a knockoff of Vision, but no, Martian Manhunter and Vision are like the two that are like each other. He's different. He's different.
CJ Kid 1231 on YouTube. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that shit. We did do a podcast in the new year. It happened. Blake Williams, you're cool too. You're all right. I don't care what anyone says. All right, I got that in there.
All right. For Graveyard, we totally need to come up with the top 5 characters we want in Injustice.
That's going to happen. Top 5 characters I want in Street Fighter 2011.
There you go.
Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next time. Say
Later.
bye, Tim. Say bye, Stave.
Fuck you.
Peace.
I'm crispy.